Alright then. So, after a hiatus of a couple of weeks, thanks to Christmas Eve, New Year's, that sort of thing, we are finally back.
Yep.
Now, where we last left off, you were under the in a cave, which was en route to the castle. The route was given to you by a person in the town below the castle. For any ring. Yeah. You were making your way through this cave to get to the artificers who own the castle. And within that cave you got a couple of encounters. And you encountered a beast called a boulet or land shark. And knowing that you can make nice armor out of those, you basically thought, you know what, F this castle. We're going back to a city to get this armor made. You went down, figured, and got someone who could actually make the armor. Found out that you don't have enough money for 2 sets, but you do have enough for 1, so you are already... you have already ordered 1 set and are trying to get enough money in the meantime. To perhaps immediately get a second set, or at a later date come back and get the second set made. So yeah, you are in the little, medium-sized town.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't we also investigating a murder?
No.
Or was that a
was a
different
different
place?
town.
Unless
No, wait, no,
you've
that was this
done
place,
something
wasn't it?
recently.
Yeah, it was, right?
Right, because there were murders in this area that, right? Right? Like
The
we talked to
murders
the
or
mayor.
kidnappings.
It was murders.
It's very possible, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but we decided like it wasn't worth enough gold. Like he was going to give us 100 gold, so we really kind of had to explore. So Wrath, I wanted to kind of during this like first day of before we set out, I wanted to ask her and see if there's any like local places that are like within a couple days at least that are kind of like forbidden areas for normal people because they're too dangerous, or like ruins that no one really visits for reasons, that type of thing. So
you can make an investigation check to, like when you're asking around to see if you can find the right people.
or maybe Dolos can
That's
make an investigation check. I can do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, so since we're kind of all doing it, do we roll separately? Does he roll with
One
advantage?
person rolls with advantage.
Okay, Dolos, you roll with advantage, I assume. And
Yeah.
guidance. Because why not? Ty is constantly spamming guidance, helping us.
Investigation,
talk to
let's
people.
see.
Okay, we add a 1 to the roll. 24.
That's pretty good.
So you go around, speaking to all sorts of people from all sorts of places in this village. You, or in this town, you manage to speak to like the lowest of the low and a little bit higher up. Which takes the better part of the day. And after the better part of this day, you find out that most like ruins, that sort of thing, have been explored. There aren't many interesting ruins left apart from one little ruin where most people don't really go there because they are they don't necessarily know if it would be worth going there. The ruin is near to a small village that is situated in the middle of the forest.
Okay.
It is roughly a day travel from Aitos, southwest.
Okay.
They know there is a ruin. They just don't really know from what, when it was made, that sort of thing. It is a sort of mostly forgotten story. And you were lucky enough that you found like one of the older people in this town, who was around 70, 80 years old, who actually was able to still tell you this tale.
Okay, so There's like kind of mark it on a map or something. The general area.
Yeah, the general area was marked on your map. It's around here.
Okay, because Ty and I are really good at remembering things, and we could probably figure out where it is. But no, like other kind of like forbidden areas or anything like that. That's the only piece of info we got was on this one.
Yeah, the most areas have been
explored.
Like after the war, in the initial 10, 20 years, everything was wiped clean. People did anything and everything they could to destroy every remaining thing or imprison it, or mostly destroy, so that they didn't have to deal with all that again. And as the armies were already well trained, it was the best time to do so.
Okay. Yeah, I guess since this day is basically over, I assume that path would be inconvenient to take the horse.
It wouldn't be a horse wouldn't be inconvenient. A cart would be a little bit slower travel.
Okay, I think we should.
It's a dirt road right through the forest.
Okay, what do you guys think? Should we leave the horse here, or should we take it?
Every time we take the horse, Wrath finds a way to kill it.
Yeah, I'm partial to leaving the horse. It's only a day out, and we might be more than a few days inside the ruins themselves.
And you do mean horses, right?
Horses, yeah. So let's stable the horses and pay like at
3 silver a day.
Week. Is it 3 silver a day, Brad? Isn't it 8 silver a day?
No,
per
that was
horse,
when we were traveling.
and
but
the cart is separate.
Yeah, if we were putting it up for stable.
Okay, so 3 silver a day. So we'll just say
For a week.
For a week, it's 21 silver. Will they give us a deal and make it 20?
Yeah, you speak to the tavern owner you've been staying with, and he says, "Alright, I know your coin is good. 2 gold up front."
Okay.
You're gonna cover that?
He says, he does says, if it doesn't take as long as you expect, the 2 gold is gone.
Fair enough.
My risk versus your risk.
You mean silver?
No, it's 2 gold is 20 silver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He says, if it takes longer than a week, we'll keep the horses 1 week, perhaps 2 weeks longer, but after that I expect that you have run away or are inconvenient in any other way, and I will put the horses up for sale.
I understand.
Alright?
Oh yeah, I paid it. I'm down to 4 silver and 19 copper. That's it.
Okay.
I can pay for it if you want to then.
No, it's okay. We'll see how it goes.
We're all at this point have such little money that we're usually going to end up pooling our cash anyway. So.
Otherwise we have to just make for a couple of days just potions and selling.
We don't have we have barely enough money for that. I have enough money for 1 potion.
Plus, there aren't many people who are actually willing to buy these potions.
Yeah, that too. There's no reason to buy them here.
Okay.
And a few shops that would buy them wouldn't buy them for anything more than you may actually produce them from.
Yeah, so
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Maybe I can sell the bag of destroying for a lot.
The bag of devouring.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of partial to keeping that in case we run into a dragon, then we could just shove its face in it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I know, isn't there only a 50-50 chance that...
Yeah, and they also can make a strength saving throw and get out of that, so dragons can actually get out of that 3 times, no problem.
So what's the use?
Plus, I don't think there are many dragons who are like past hatchlings who would fall for that.
Well, you're not doing it on purpose. You're not saying, "Here, put your nose in this." You're shoving it in its face. You're not giving it a choice. Anyway, so we spend the night again, and then I think we're head out in the morning, early morning.
So, early morning. You all leave.
That sounded ominous. You all
leave. And you die.
Dun dun dun.
New game. Roll the characters.
New game. Okay, crazy wizard.
Oh god. I know exactly what he's speaking about. That's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Okay. So this the trail itself, as I said, it's muddy. Not much to do during the travel. As you come by they describe it as a village, but now that you're here, you're like, well, there isn't much that you can actually call a village. A hamlet would be a better word. It is an extremely small, strengthened farm. It is the basics of it. I'm uploading a picture and may take a sec. On upload. Okay. So there are a couple of like farm animals, chickens, a few children, and a few adults just working the fields around the hamlet, around the slightly fortified. The town isn't even actually fortified. It's just there has been a mound has been built around it. So there's like a little mound, and on top of that mound is the small village. All in all, it is, yeah, not really defendable, but it is an easy home. Let's keep that. So where are you guys? You are over here.
Did we notice anything like unusual about the village?
The village seems normal. Like your basic average village, what you'd expect to happen.
Did we see like people?
Yeah, there are a couple of people running around. Like the people that you see are more children, 4 or 5 children. Are playing outside, ages 6 and up. Awesome, Dolos, your perception is bad again. Makes me feel a lot better.
Yesterday.
Generally speaking. Smaller again. Generally speaking, this would be your box standard farming village.
Okay. And what time of day is it? And then we can put your character in?
It's around 3 midday.
Okay. Any particular reason why we're stopping here? Besides,
Ask about
this was the village they told you about, and near here should be the.
Okay, so we need to ask around then, or
yeah, the old person didn't really know where it was. It's just around this village, and people in the village could be able to tell you more. Gumby, you're still not on the map.
Okay, so Dolos, I guess, do another investigation with advantage with guidance.
Ooh.
Yeah, 26, natural 20. We're asking around.
Gumby, you're too big.
He needs to be
Gumby,
shrunk twice.
grew.
Oh,
There
not like
we
I can
go.
help
A
that.
growth sport.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, so you kind of walk up around here, see a couple of farmers, walk up to them. What do you ask? How do you ask?
I asked them, is there any old small ruin nearby here?
He looks at you and says, I wouldn't say ruin, but, well, it's some sort of ruin. It's an old well, or it's an old watering hole. Was used before the war, and or at least so I'm told. And during the war, again, so I'm told, it was poisoned somehow. As far as we know, it's still poisoned. We haven't gotten near it anymore.
Oh, it's just a well.
Normally, wells would be in the middle of a town or something like that, though, unless they're remote wells.
He said, well, there was a small town nearby this one. It's just destroyed, and the well is all that's left.
Can you point us in which direction the wells?
Says,
Do we, before we continue, do we think that this is what was talked about previously? Like this?
it's possible.
Okay, so we're not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we ask him where it is.
He says, well, if you head out west, about 30 minutes walking, you'll start seeing an open area again in the forest. As far as, well, the last person who went there has been quite a while. He said that the forest floor itself was blackened, looked kind of ill. The trees around it looked, well, kind of sick as well. Black and dreary, almost rotted. Your basics.
I'll thank him for the information and relay everything back to the group.
Okay. I asked the druid of our group, who was with us, the only party member that I think was with us at the time in this current group, does this sound like the same symptoms as when we encountered that orc druid?
I was there.
Were you?
With those evil trees, right?
Yeah.
And the
maybe
other.
you were there. Yeah. It was because it was after somebody left who I can't remember after they disappeared.
Really?
Yeah. Does this sound like the same stuff, Ty? Same
I'm
symptoms?
not sure. DM.
Maybe roll a nature check. If it's like just poison or
corruption.
Yeah, try to roll a nature check.
If it sounds like poison or corruption. Oof. You're
It's
not
hard to
sure.
say.
Can you guide
Basic
yourself?
description given, it does fit with poison, corruption, but also with things like droughts, that sort of stuff.
I guess we'll have to see it in person. Oh boy. Do you guys have the poison? You have lesser restoration. Do you have the poison thing, Gumby?
I can. I don't have it memorized right now, but I can. Protection from poison. I can.
Okay, well, we don't have to worry about that too much. I think we'll be okay. So I guess we'll just head over since it's only been a day.
Okay. So you can make it there within about an hour. You leave immediately. So by the time you arrive in the general area, you can, from a distance, already see what the man was speaking about. The forest itself starts to look poisoned, really.
I rolled a natural 20 for my nature check.
I rolled 18.
Compared to what I've seen previously, does this look like the same thing, or does this look like poison?
This doesn't look like the corruption you know.
Okay.
This is really like a poisoned forest.
Okay. I really, really hope it's not dragon poison.
You mean black dragon?
No, green dragon. Like the
Oh,
ones we've been encountering. And from what I heard, though, it sounded like this has been happened quite a while ago, though. So
Yeah, this as far as they know, this has already been happening for 100 years by now.
Could this
okay.
still be the same dragon?
It,
It could be the original
technically speaking,
dragon.
it could be the older one. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't think so. So I want to check out, like, so this town is, this town that was apparently in ruins, is it, like, completely flattened, or are there still kind of structures?
Yeah, by now, as you kind of approach, give me a sec as I... So this is basically how it looks. Some of the trees are still doable, other trees are completely destroyed or dead or dying. And what you can see is in the middle of the town, or at least in the middle of the original area, it's a fairly large well. And yeah, it's a fairly large well, but you can already see that like the upper parts are destroyed. You can only see like a basic stonework.
Okay.
That's about it. You can faintly see where structures may have been, but most of it's destroyed and slowly retaken.
We're going to see if there's any kind of enemies in the vicinity. Anything, any kind of threats.
So you kind of look around, keeping an eye out at almost anything around you. Failing to see anything that seems to be a direct threat to you.
Okay. I guess we should go up to the well then. And I look down the well. What do I see?
You see...
Oops, wrong button. You see Dolos, apparently.
Yep. Hi.
I roll a 19. And I have Gumby put light on a rock, and I drop the rock down the well.
Yep.
Okay. So the first thing that you immediately see is the fact that this the water inside the well is... You cannot look past it. It is dirtied. And it isn't dirtied in like dirt, but you can see like little things floating in the water. As if like large groups of bacteria are now floating everywhere in the water.
Okay.
Tasty.
Is it like there's a path in through that's walkable?
In the well?
Yeah, like is it what kind of well is this? Is this just like a water welling up type of well, or is it like a natural underground like a river that's carved out a cave?
This is literally a steep drop with below there water continuously being pushed up by force.
Okay. I tell everyone to step back. So everyone should step back. And I'm going to cast Firebolt down the well.
Burn up the bacteria.
You combine the energy in your hand. Cast Firebolt into the water. It splashes in the water and is immediately stopped and cinders.
Okay. So it doesn't like there's natural gas. There isn't a natural gas issue then.
I think the druid has to figure this out.
What exactly are you trying to do? Just get rid of it?
I was just checking. Oh, okay, so I think the person that can walk on water should go down and check out the situation. So
I can just like control the water.
Oh, you can.
Let me see this. Let me see the. Let me see the ring.
Can you like push all the water down like through the bottom of the well?
Yeah, I'm trying to see how much I could do. Wrath.
You'll have to
consult
with the spell for that.
I know I need to activate it. It's just how much will it affect the whole thing?
What are you using specifically?
The Ring of Elemental Command.
Elemental command, so you're commanding the water. You can command a bit of it, but as you can very clearly feel very quickly is that you cannot control all of the water in here. It's just too much. What you could try to do is force a bit of the water like in a ball and get that up.
Yeah, but then I'd have to do that several times, right?
Depends what you want to do.
Well,
What are you trying to accomplish?
Emptying out the well.
Emptying out the well?
Yeah.
Isn't it more effective to use a bucket then?
No.
Alright. You first get a bit of your
just use your mage hand to
Scoop.
scoop the water out.
But I'm gonna feel that.
No, you're not. It's the mage hand. It's not your hand.
Yeah, but I can feel with the mage hand, right? Or not?
I don't think so.
No. It's not necessarily feeling, it's just controlling.
Okay, I'll grab a bit of water. Do I get 2 mage hands so I can make like a bowl shape with my hand, or do I only have 1?
Depends on whether or not that's bigger than the bucket.
Do you have a bucket? We have a bucket?
First off, there isn't a bucket there.
Aw.
Let's talk about that. Second off, you kind of control a little bit of the water in the well, and very quickly you discern that if this is the way you want to empty the well,
It's gonna take forever.
yeah, it's gonna take
We
forever.
could try the bag of devouring.
You don't even know how deep the well is.
Just
We could
drop it in.
We just open the bag of devouring, like lower it down on a rope, and just make it so that it just starts devouring the water.
Yeah, but you're gonna dirty all my treasures that are...
No, they're thrown
In the
to
plane
another
of-
plane, like completely separate location.
Technically, they're in another being.
Oh. Okay.
Another being.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I guess it's still in there. No, because isn't it like after a certain amount of time, aren't they like thrown into the void?
No. A bag of devouring is basically a portal to the mouth of a being.
Oh.
And that being eats everything, all the treasure, everything, and it feeds off of that. When you destroy a bag of devouring, you technically destroy the being behind it, and then all of the treasure will go into the ethereal plane.
Oh. So if I find being, I can get my treasure back.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
I know. I don't think we really have it in our long-term plans to
Does
visit the
the
ethereal
being
plane.
like it if he gets all this poisonous water in his mouth?
You have no clue.
Does that seem like a viable thing to do, though, Wrath? Is to use the bag of devouring to clear up the well?
No,
You
it
have
seems
never
like an endless
tried. It
pit.
might work. I mean,
Why
don't
wouldn't it
know.
work?
Okay, so I guess we could.
if you think it will work, it might. I mean,
Let's try.
You want to mage hand it down there and try
Yeah,
to
sure.
get the water into the bag?
I'll mage hand hold the bag in the water and see if it's just seeps in.